Alright, my ninjas and my ninjets. I am Strident, and I am back with a review on Superman versus the Elite. It is the 14th film by uh, Warner Brothers in their DC Animated Universe film series. And you know me, I'm a DC 100%. And I read the book that this was based off of called What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way. It was a good read, mainly because of where they pushed Superman to go. You could clearly tell that the Elite is a parody of the Authority, which is now, I guess they always were part of DC's universe. I think they were just too popular for them to have this story, have those characters, and plus some of it would be out of character for some of those characters. But this movie, if you don't understand Superman and you think Superman is a Boy Scout, he's so weak, blah blah, yakety schmackety, and you don't have the imagination to get what it is that Superman is trying to prove, what he's trying to show us, this movie brings that point home in a nutshell. You know, I did a small segment in one of my videos about superheroes, and I explained that with Superman, he has the backwards problem of most heroes because he is powerful enough to do so much, but he can't, because if he does, the repercussions will be huge. So in this, they go and play devil's advocate with my idea and many people's idea, and they pretty much show you, you know, if you just kill everything, you're pretty much taking all the rules out of the game. You're taking all the laws and you're throwing them out the window. And you're indirectly making yourself public enemy number one. But because times have changed, people seem to believe that that approach is better. So in this movie, it's saying, you know, is Superman obsolete because he won't kill? And these guys will. Does that make him obsolete and make them the new shit? Does that make them more of the wanted type of superhero in this world? Do they fit better? And I love the fact that this was the choice for this film. You know, they could have chose to do another dud like fucking Doom, because Justice League Doom was a dud. I'm sorry. They could have chosen to do some type of parody or, you know, trimmed fat version of the New 52 story or something. But instead they chose to do a story that's kind of obscure. Many comic book readers don't know about this one because a lot of people, like I said, they just don't give a shit about Superman. This shows you in grand fashion what Superman is all about and what he's against and how difficult it is to be him. I got to give him like an S++ for this. I mean, they're like super ultimate S class storytelling. I mean, there isn't a lot of character development with the Elite, and that's because when you meet them, they're already the Elite. I mean, if they showed you everything, it would be kind of boring. You know, and I know a lot of people will go, there was no character development. Every story doesn't work like that. There are different ways, different narratives that could be used to push the story along. The pacing is awesome. The direction by Michael Chang is amazing. It's just a great, 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 great film. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm saying this portion, and I'm like 20 minutes from the end of the movie. I haven't even finished it yet. And I'm going to do the rest of the review after I watch the last 20 minutes of the movie. The animation style is lovely. It's fucking gorgeous. It's like if Studio Ghibli was to animate a Superman or DC story, this is what you would get. The animation is beautiful. The art style is beautiful. It's reminiscent of the old school Max Fleischer Superman series, except there's an edge because everybody is drawn in a more modern style. And when they get up close on faces, there's extra little details put in there. When they're far away, everything is really simplified. The animation is smooth. Superman's expressions are awesome. They actually draw Clark and Superman a little different. They gave him two different hairstyles. Superman is actually going to blows with people. You're seeing him dip and dodge, and he is bringing his A game, and I'm loving it. I hope that the Man of Steel film is half as good as the stuff we're seeing here. So I will be back with the rest of the review. All right. All right. I finished watching the movie. All I have to say is holy shit. I already liked it, and I wasn't even, I think I was a little more than halfway through it, but the end of this movie, holy shit. I'm just going to sum this up by saying a couple things about all of the actors and the portrayals and, or performances or whatever, the animation, the art style, everything. This is by far my favorite Superman flick actually, it's my favorite Superman flick, period. It's better than the first two Superman movies. And I like all of them except for 3. And I hate, Superman Returns. It feels like it fits into the same world as Justice League Unlimited. Except for the fact that certain people, Lois has a different voice. I love the fact that Abby from NCIS, Paulie Perrette, is the voice of Lois Lane. That raspy voice, I love that girl. So I would be vying for Lois Lane in this universe if I was there. I could see why Supes is, in love with this girl, because she seems like a real woman. She doesn't seem like a generic, always in trouble, corny ass character with no type of balls or no type of, personality of her own. She's not just the damsel in distress anymore. And it's kind of funny because we've watched Lois come a long way as a character. Well, those of us that are at least, in our 30s or older. But, man, the fact that this concept and this conversation is actually being had just about the philosophy behind the old school superheroes that believe in, a strict moral code versus the new ones that figure, kill off everything. And I'm actually in between the two. Because in my book, my character kills. It's part of what feeds his powers, essentially. He has to, but it's usually just execution. The crime fits the punishment, or the punishment fits the crime. But they're having this conversation, and everyone knows this is the answer to the Authority at the time, because I think that was back when the Authority was not part of, nothing from Wildstorm was part of the DC universe proper. It was still Image. But, man, to see what they do with this concept in animation form, I mean, it worked on the printed page. It worked. It worked really well. But to see it in animation, I don't know. It just, I can't say enough good stuff about this. So, overall, every character is properly displayed, or every character gets their moment. About the only thing I didn't like in this movie was the big black dude. I think his name was Cold Cast. I think he was the lamest looking design in the movie. He just looked like a goon, but I guess it's not really important because he kind of is just a goon, But the movie's great. It's awesome. It's that Superman conversation that we always have, where people say, I relate more to Batman, and those of us who read comics and really know, we're like, no, you don't, because you never had your parents murdered in front of you. You don't have $1 billion in your bank account, so you can't fucking possibly relate to him. And then here's Superman telling you, I work a 9 to 5. I'm trying to be a good person. I just happen to have more power than the average person. At the core, 2 out of 3, I think we relate to Superman. And the fact that we want to see him change, or we think that he should change, or some people have trouble understanding Superman's relevance in the modern world, it's kind of cool to see them tackle this head on. And they don't pull any punches. I think the movie's PG-13. We need more of these. I can't wait to see a rated R DC Universe animated film. I'm waiting for that, because there's some stories that could call for it, you know? I'm kind of afraid of what they're going to do with The Dark Knight Returns, because, I mean, it's a violent story. It seems like it needs that kind of Paul Verhoeven-esque direction, like back in the day with RoboCop and Starship Troopers and stuff. You know how he didn't hold back, and there's the whole propaganda aspect, and then there's all the commercials. We need that kind of approach, but we will see, because that's one of the next ones. And I also came across something saying that a video saying Kevin Conroy talking about a Flashpoint animated film. So if they do that, that'll be nice, because they'll trim the fat like they always do. So Superman and the Elite is a must-buy. If you like animation, if you like superheroes, if you like crazy fight scenes, if you like Paulie Perrette, if you like Superman, you need to have this book. I'm sorry, you need to have this movie. Get the book, but definitely get the movie. You know, the book, some people, the art style's a little realistic, so it might turn you off. Whereas this, the art style is nice and fluid and very Studio Ghibli-ish. And for a DC film, that works. Especially for a Superman film, that works. It has that timeless feel to it. So pick it up if you see it. I'm Strident, and I'm out. Peace.